Clear, hands on the car. I'm going to treat you. I'm going to remove your fire. Put your hands on the car for me. I'm going to remove your firearm. Are you aware that you pissed yourself? Excuse me? Are you aware that you soiled yourself?
It's shocking how some officers abuse the badge they wear, thinking they're untouchable. And it's nothing short of satisfying when they cross the line and someone with real authority steps in. Just like this first officer who thought he could bend the rules to suit himself, only to face a humiliating takedown that left everyone speechless.
You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you.
Keep watching because you won't believe what's coming up next. On 24 June 2022 in Hiawassee, Georgia, a routine traffic stop turned chaotic when Sheriff Henderson arrived. What happened next was anything but ordinary. Stay tuned to see this shocking twist.
Good evening. How are you doing? Well in yourself?
I'm doing all right.
What's your hurry? You're very recklessly from the city all the way here, man. In and out of traffic, not using turn signal. Man, I watched you. It took me this long to catch up to you.
I got to get my medication.
You gonna try to kill people over medication? Okay, I don't think that medicine would make you drive the way you were driving.
No.
Seems routine, right? But what happened next was anything but. Stay tuned, you won't believe it.
Alright, I didn't write you for reckless driving or any of that. I wrote you for speed, just like I told you, 65 and a 45. I did put what you say and what I observed, okay? Your court date is August 8th, 2022 at the Hiawassee City Hall, okay? Alright, be careful.
Sir, got a question. Yes, what come on. Inside the city or out here?
Just right here.
Okay.
That's all. Go pull the video at Valero.
Listen, don't let
You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you.
Yeah, I'll arrest you right now.
Do it, buddy.
And we're gonna
do it.
Charges.
Do it.
Sheriff Henderson questioned if the infraction happened within city limits, sparking a heated clash with Sergeant James. The tension exploded as both officers threatened to arrest each other, and this is just the beginning.
There's cameras at Valero, and there's cameras at Napa that see you pulled out.
Shut your fucking mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Can't talk to you, boy. You a boy.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Count 302, status check.
Info.
In the end, the situation was diffused only when Sergeant James left, but the damage had been done. The aftermath left everyone wondering how something so simple had unraveled so quickly. Just when you think you've seen it all, a police officer is caught drunk driving, and the way he's handled will leave you speechless. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.
Just clear, hands on the car. I'm going to treat you. I'm going to remove your fire. Put your hands on the car for me. I'm going to remove your firearm. Are you aware that you pissed yourself? Excuse me? Are you aware that you soiled yourself?
On 20 December on I-71 in Ashland County, Wisconsin, Cleveland police officer Robert Sweeney was pulled over by state troopers. What happened next is nothing short of shocking and will leave you shaken to your core.
How you doing, sir? Good, how are you? Good. Have a license? You know where you're at right now, Robert? Where are you at?
Yes, Sheriff James.
And what exit are you at?
I'm not sure. Place by,
Why aren't you sure where you're at? Why aren't you sure where you're at? Mr. Sweeney, we've had not one but two different calls on you, okay? Are you carrying a firearm right now, or is it somewhere else?
somewhere else.
Somewhere else, so you don't have one on your person?
No.
I'm gonna have to have you get out of the car for me, okay, Robert? Go ahead and step out for me, please. You're sure you're not carrying right now? You are carrying? Where's the? Please don't touch it for me. Okay, where's your firearm at? On your hip? Okay.
It's immediately clear just how intoxicated Sweeney is. His slurred speech and unsteady demeanor says it all. To make matters worse, he initially lies about having a firearm and violating laws on driving while armed.
Just clear your hands on the car. I'm going to treat you. I'm going to remove your fire. Put your hands on the car for me. I'm going to remove your firearm. I'm going to secure it, okay? Don't move your hands. Keep them.
Drunk and driving around with a loaded gun. Wow, that's a felony for anyone else. The audacity is unbelievable. Keep watching to see the justice this situation demands.
Mr. Sweeney, go ahead and come on back here for me, okay? You stand right there with my flashlight beam shining. Is that the only weapon you had on you, sir? Okay. Are you aware that you pissed yourself?
Excuse me?
Are you aware that you soiled yourself?
No.
Okay, well, it looks like you did, all right?
Okay.
So, well, here's how I'm going to treat you like anybody else, okay? Like I say, this is different because we got 2 calls on you, all right? And like I say, time I was behind you, you were all over the road, all right?
First, he lied to the cop and claimed there was no firearm. Drunk as a skunk and even pissed himself. This isn't just a mistake, it's intentional. He made the choice to drink and drive, putting countless lives at risk. He's nothing short of an embarrassment to his police department.
Stand right over here with my flashlight beam
I'm
shining.
gonna do that.
You're not gonna do them?
No.
Okay. Very good. Well, here's what's gonna happen, all right? You smell like a brewery. You've pissed yourself. We've had 2 calls on you, and you can't keep it in the line. As a matter of fact, you can barely talk, and your eyes are really glassy and
I'm
bloodshot.
sorry.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, it happens. People make mistakes. Have you ever been charged with an OVI before?
I am.
You have? How recently?
4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
The words officer and second drunk driving arrest should never be in the same sentence. It's a disgrace to the badge and everything it stands for.
Okay. Well, in your condition, I don't have much choice, all right? So I'm going to ask you to face away from me. I'm going to put you in handcuffs.
Okay. Sure.
I'm going to put 2 sets on you. Do you have somebody that can come help you out?
Yeah.
Phone call? That's 2 cuffs. That's about as loose as I can get them, all right?
I'm cool. Sorry.
Yeah, that was on there. So you know you're in it. This is Sergeant Bishop. He's in pretty rough shape. Is there a way? I don't really feel like locking him up, obviously. Is there a way you can come down and pick him up?
Yeah, can you tell me where to go?
You coming from Medina?
After retrieving Sweeney's personal belongings and his phone from the car, the trooper decides to make a call for someone to come pick him up.
Right to remain silent. Any say can't be used against you in court. You have the right to an attorney. Have an attorney present with you during questioning. You also have the right to stop answering questions anytime you speak to the attorney. You understand that, sir?
I sure do.
Okay. I'm going to read this form to you here, okay, and that's all I'm required to. It says you're now under arrest for operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, a drug, or a combination of them, operating a vehicle while under the influence of illicit-controlled substance or illicit metabolite-controlled substance, operating a vehicle after underage alcohol consumption or having physical control of a vehicle while under the influence. If you refuse to take any chemical test, which would be the breath test, required by law, your Ohio driver privileges will be suspended immediately. You have to pay a fee to have the privileges reinstated. If you have a commercial driver's license and refuse to submit to the test or test, you will immediately be placed out of service for 24 hours. You will be disqualified for operating a commercial motor vehicle for a period of not less than 1 year. You'll be required to surrender your driver's license to me. If you have a prior conviction of OVI, OVUAC, or operating a vehicle while under the influence of illicit-controlled substance or illicit metabolite-controlled substance under state or municipal laws in the preceding 20 years, you are now under arrest for state OVI, and if you refuse to take a chemical test, you will face increased penalties if you are subsequently convicted of the state OVI. That part's important. What that says, I want you to deal with these, but since you have a prior one within 20 years, if you refuse this one, it's going to increase the penalties. All right? If you've previously pled guilty or been convicted of 2 or more OVIs, this doesn't apply to you, but I'm going to read it anyways. OVUACs or equivalent offenses in the previous 10 years, or pled guilty or been convicted of 5 or more OVIs, OVUACs, or equivalent offenses in the previous 20 years, or pled guilty or been convicted of a felony of any of the above violations, you refuse to submit to a chemical test required by law, I am authorized to use whatever reasonable means are necessary to ensure that you submit to a chemical test. If you take any chemical tests required by law and are found to be at or over the prohibited amount of alcohol, a controlled substance, or metabolite of a controlled substance in your whole blood, blood serum, plasma, breath, or urine is set by law, your Ohio driver privileges will be suspended immediately, and you'll have to pay a fee to have the privileges reinstated. If you do take a chemical test, you may have an independent chemical test taken at your own expense. What this shows with one prior conviction, you refuse to test, it's a suspension for 2 years. If you take the test and test over the legal limit, the suspension is 1 year. 2 years for refusing, 1 year for taking the test and testing it. You come on back here, sir, and have a seat from there. You want to sit down with your butt first and then slide your feet in, you can do that. That would be a little more comfortable for you.
After being read his rights and confirming he understood the procedures, Sweeney was placed in the officer's car and transported to the station for further processing. Cops driving under the influence while carrying weapons is a blatant disregard for the law they're supposed to uphold. And let's face it, a second DWI isn't a mistake. It's a clear sign of an alcohol problem. If you liked this video, stay tuned. We're just getting started. What happens when those sworn to protect us put us at risk? Just like this corrupt cop who thought his badge would shield him from the consequences. What he didn't know, he was secretly recorded. Click here to see how it all unfolds. This shocking twist will leave you speechless.
Put your hands on your back! You don't know who I am, but I'm gonna have a field day with you.